Can I begin?
Welcome to the College2Career virtual college fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as the facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first announcement, your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see or hear you. Second announcement, you can use that Q&A feature to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third announcement, this is just one of a few different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, you will have access to this recording by visiting college2career.org. With all of that said, I want to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Western Oregon University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. Let me share my screen. There we go. Awesome. Hi, everyone. So my name is Itzel Venegas Trujillo. I'm an admissions counselor here at Western Oregon University. So Western Oregon University is located in Monmouth, Oregon. We're in the heart of the Willamette Valley. We are about 20 minutes from Salem, our state's capital, and 75 minutes from Portland, our state's cultural hub. We're a small public university. We have around 4,500 undergraduate students, making our average class size around 19 to 22, and our student to faculty ratio about 15:1. Our admissions requirements are pretty simple. We're looking for a first-year student to have at least a 2.75 minimum GPA and have completed or will complete these core subject classes with a C- or better. Take note that we will be accepting pass grades due to COVID-19 to meet our requirements. We also do not require ACT or SAT scores for admissions or scholarship purposes. If you're thinking of transferring over after going to community college, that's okay. We're looking for a transfer student to have at least a 2.25 cumulative college GPA and 36 transferable quarter credits or 24 semester transferable credits. Pretty simple, right? One of the main questions we receive from students is, can I afford to go to Western Oregon? And our simple answer is yes, you can afford it. More than 80% of our students do receive some form of financial aid. Along with that, we also offer a reduced out-of-state tuition rate, which is what we call the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program, or the WUE. This program allows us to automatically give all students from WUE states a reduced tuition rate. The tuition and fees for students who reside in these WUE states is projected to be around $14,500 a year. Since WUE tuition is based on your residency status, any and all major and minor programs are eligible for this tuition reduction. More good news, WUE also allows you to stack on all your school funds on top of your WUE rate so that you're not missing out on any money going towards college. So this means like any merit-based scholarships, need-based scholarships, diversity-based scholarships, athletic-based scholarships, and so much more. Making us an affordable choice for out-of-state students. Here you will see our projected tuition rates for the next academic year for Oregon students, WUE Texas students, and non-residents or out-of-state students. As you can see, for room and board, you're looking around $11,000 a year based on a standard double room and common meal plan. Please note that tuition and fees may vary for undergraduate students based on your number of credits taken. This number is based on taking 15 credits per term for fall, winter, and spring. Now, on what to study at WUE, here at Western Oregon University, we offer several bachelor's degrees. We have the Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Fine Arts. Within the College of Education, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and pre-professional programs, you can choose from over 50 majors and minors. Notable programs include business, criminal justice, psychology, teaching education, computer science, exercise science, biology, pre-nursing, as well as American Sign Language Studies and English Interpreting Theory. Please note that here at Western Oregon University, we do not have any impacted majors. With that being said, our business program is one of our largest and most popular majors on campus. It prepares knowledgeable, well-rounded individuals for productive lives and careers in the business profession. And then our program combines a foundational core of coursework with optional specializations that includes accounting, finance, international business, management, and marketing. The optional courses that students take are federal income tax classes, auditing, forecasting, capital budgeting, small business logistics, investments, human resources, sports marketing, anything like that. We also, students from these programs go on to be accountant, advertising account executive, budget analyst, commodity brokers, financial aid advisors, marketing managers, management consultants, and just to name a few, right? Along with that, we offer a lot of opportunities to stay active, stay involved, and receive a lot of student support. Here at WU, we have NCAA Division II athletics. We offer 6 women's sports as well as 6 men's sports. We do provide partial athletic scholarships, so if you're interested in that, please let us know and we'll put you in the right direction. Along with our sports, we offer 60 clubs and organizations on campus for students to learn leadership skills and pursue their passion. WU students are involved in many organizations, including social action clubs, LGBTQ groups, cultural-based organizations, and creative arts groups, and so much more. From that, we at Western Oregon strive to offer many services in which students can reach academic success. Need help with classwork, academic advice, or looking for career advice? Then we have you covered. Our academic advisors within the Student Success and Advising Center are equipped to help advise students in exploring different majors and choosing the best fit for them. Students are able to take advantage of additional support from our Student Enrichment Program, our Office of Disability Services, our Multicultural Student Services and Programs, and our Service Learning and Career Development Center. Ready to apply? If so, we only need you to submit our own WU online application and submit official transcripts from your schools. Right now, we are waiving the application fee, therefore it is free to apply. With that being said, we are on rolling admissions, meaning we do not have a hard deadline. However, our priority soft deadline is January 15th for scholarship purposes. Please note that if you do not meet our minimum requirements, that's okay. We're willing to work with you one-on-one through the process and may ask for additional documents to complete your admissions application. In a nutshell, here at WU, we pride ourselves in being inclusive, accessible, and affordable, committed to students' success and their well-being. Here's my contact information, as well as our general admissions information and our business major department contact information. If you would like to contact us afterwards to see how WU can help with your higher education journey, feel free to screen grab that QR code to join our contact list today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Our next university is Pacific University, Oregon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. My name is Ryan Garcia. I'm a director of admissions here at Pacific, and I did graduate from Pacific myself, actually. And I do primarily work with the College of Business here at the university. A little bit big picture about Pacific before I get focused on business in a minute is that we do offer several different academic programs. We encourage students to actually access all those different areas. In fact, our business students, at least 45% of them typically have a concentration, a double concentration, meaning they're focused on 2 areas of business, while about a third are taking a second major or minor outside of the College of Business. Here at Pacific, one thing that's really nice is we don't charge for in-state and out-of-state tuition. We also don't charge by the credit hour. So by taking more classes in a lot of different areas, you're actually building your resume a lot stronger, and it's not going to end up costing you more money. Also at Pacific, we're really focused on making sure we can take you outside of that box. We want to make sure that you have the opportunity to be involved in the things you want to be involved in. Here, here our students are involved in 4 groups or activities on average. We also have about a third of the student bodies involved in varsity athletics. Another third is involved in performing arts, whether that's music, dance, theater, things like that. And another big chunk of campus is involved in our outdoor pursuits program, which takes students all around the place to go on outdoor adventures, whether it's whitewater rafting, sea kayaking, rock climbing, all kinds of things like that. Even with all those different activities that you can have, at Pacific, we do offer a 4-year graduation guarantee. We guarantee you'll graduate within 4 years, or we will actually cover the rest of your tuition. And so you know that we're honest and true that you're going to graduate on time. Outside of that, we do also have some rankings listed below, but my favorite one is that we're a top 25 colleges with the best professors in the US. Reason for that largely is because you get to know these faculty members. Every single class is taught by a professor, him or herself directly. It's never a TA or a graduate student or anything like that. It's always the professor, him or herself. These professors will get to know you by name, and they're going to be able to help you not just with your classes, but they're also there as a resource to help you with finding different connections in your future career. And they're always going to help you understand which ways you need to go as well. As far as where we're located, we are just outside of Portland, Oregon. We're about a 30-minute drive west of the city. We are located in Washington County, and we are the only university in this county. This is where Nike has a worldwide headquarters, Columbia Sportswear, Dean Greeny Bats, also Adidas, Under Armour, and Puma all have offices right outside the county. But also in this county is what we call the Silicon Forest instead of the Silicon Valley. And this is where Intel has 5 campuses, SolarWorld, Genentech, and a lot of those different industries. So our students are very well connected with all the different companies in the area for those different internships and job opportunities right after graduation. As far as major here at Pacific, we do offer a couple different ways to study business. One is a true business administration major where you take an accounting, finance, international business, management, or marketing. The other option is that you can actually major in accounting. The difference being from the concentration is the accounting major prepares you with enough credits to actually sit for the CPA exam. A couple years back, accounting, you were ranked by Accounting EDU as the best bachelor program in the state for accounting based on the passage rate of that CPA exam. We also offer a lot of different dynamic learning within the College of Business. My favorite is actually a business simulation that we do with students, where you will actually have the opportunity to grow a company with your team, doing a virtual simulation throughout the entire semester. You get to really pinpoint marketing operations spend versus supply chain versus all the different areas of business, really preparing you to understand the real world dynamic and really apply everything you're working on. We also take students to stock valuation competitions. We take students on tours of the big companies nearby, as well as small companies like Chaucer Foods, tiny company right here in town that no one's ever heard of, but they do all the freeze-dried fruit for Starbucks in North America, and they actually take a lot of our students for different internships and such there too. So really just get you outside of the classroom so you can learn additional stuff. We also have placement services dedicated directly for the College of Business. This placement services department really helps you with everything from day one, including helping you understand how to build your resume, how to make sure you're preparing for professional development throughout your career, and how to make sure you're getting those interview questions answered properly. They are really there to walk you through the whole process and make sure you're doing everything on time. The one thing that's always surprising is accounting students, if you want to actually have a degree at a top company after graduation, you actually have to apply for that internship in your sophomore year. So we really work closely with you there. As far as applying, we are on the Common App and you can apply for free. We did change our application to be completely free now. And we do offer a lot of scholarships. Like I said, no such thing as in-state, out-of-state tuition. And you can receive between $15,000 and $27,000 per year in academic merit scholarships. An additional $1,000 for joining our senior preview scholarship days that we offer this fall. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll put my contact information here in the chat in just a second, or you can scan this QR code or anything else. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Western Colorado University.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Brianna Clark, and I'm excited to share with you a little bit about what Western Colorado University has to offer you. First and foremost, we are located in Gunnison, Colorado, which is right in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in beautiful Colorado, which means our students have easy access to all things Colorado adventure. Hiking, fishing, camping, skiing, snowboarding, you name it, we have it. We are within 45 minutes of 2 world-class ski and snowboarding resorts. We have over 750 miles of mountain biking, hiking trails, and trail running courses all around us. And we are within 18 miles of Blue Mesa Reservoir, which is the largest body of water in Colorado, and how our students have access to water sports like sea kayaking and many others. If you have never had the opportunity to try one of these outdoor adventures, that is absolutely okay. At Western, we have our Wilderness Pursuits program on campus. They rent out all of the equipment you could ever need for any of those outdoor adventures, and will even take you out and show you how to do some of those things. Along with providing our students a great opportunity for outdoor recreation, we like to say that the 80% of public lands surrounding Western is nature's best classroom. It provides our students a great opportunity to get out and literally get their hands dirty as they are taking water samples and doing other sorts of activities that are applying what they're learning in the classroom to the real world. This is especially important for our students who are in the biology majors, wildlife and conservation, recreation, outdoor education, and really anything to do with environment and sustainability. Also, it just works for our students who like to go outside and have class outside with the professors. Western Colorado University is a small public university. We have about 3,000 students in our total undergraduate population. Our average class size at Western is 16 students, but we do guarantee you will never have a class with more than 66 students in it. That's our largest classroom on campus. That's as many students we can fit in that room. But to be honest, our professors do not like classes with more than 50 students in it any more than our students do. They prefer being able to get to know you on a first name basis 2 weeks into your freshman year and helping to make sure that you are achieving the goals that you have set for yourself. They're also going to know that you're coming from a little bit farther away from home, coming from out of state. So they're going to take a little bit of extra steps to meet you at the grocery store or stop and chat with you and make sure that you're finding your home away from home on our campus. We have over 100 different academic programs at Western that our students can get involved in. Our most popular ones include business administration, environment and sustainability, recreation, outdoor education, biology, exercise and sports science, and elementary education. But we are also growing in our computer science, mechanical engineering, and even our accelerated degree programs, where you can get your bachelor's and master's degrees in 5 years. But our most popular major for students coming in freshman year is actually undecided, undeclared. So if you're not sure what you want to do with the rest of your life, or maybe wavering between a few different options, you can absolutely come into our exploratory program, explore those options, see what homework assignment you actually want to complete, and then work with your advisor to turn that homework assignment into a career. At Western, it's not just about what you're doing in the classroom, but also your out of classroom experiences. We have 4 different athletic programs, including our division athletics, mountain sports, club sports, and intramurals. And we have over 50 different clubs and organizations that our students can get involved in. These range anywhere from academic-based clubs like math and psychology, to arts and music with music, theater, and performing arts, to our passion and service organizations like our gardening guild and our knitting club. And then we also have our multicultural center and wilderness pursuits offices on campus that are constantly putting on events and opportunities for our students to get connected. It does not matter what your major is, what your background is, or where you're coming from. Anyone and everyone can join any club and organization on campus that you want to. Show up to the first couple of meetings and you are in. We are absolutely dedicated to the success of our students at Western, so we have a whole host of options and services available to you, including our disability services, academic advisors, and our writing and math tutoring centers, as well as our career services to help you find that job before and after you're graduating from Western. We also have our EPIC Mentor program, which stands for Experienced Peers Initiating Connections. Every incoming student at Western is assigned this EPIC mentor, who's an upperclassman student who has been through the freshman first-year college experience process already. They're your person to reach out to as you have questions or need help finding those resources on campus, or even just going for an hour-long hike to talk about how frustrating sometimes that homework assignment might be. Definitely want to touch base on the affordability of Western. Our out-of-state tuition for students coming from outside of Colorado is coming in just under $19,000 for the entire year. 80% of our students are receiving some form of financial aid, and 100% of our students are considered for merit aid as soon as they are accepted to Western. That merit aid comes in the form of an academic scholarship that's based off of your GPA. The higher your GPA is, the more scholarship dollars you will receive. But as long as you have at least a 3.35 GPA or higher weighted, you will receive an academic merit scholarship. As you can see, these scholarships are cutting your tuition by 1/3 to 1/2, depending on which scholarship level and tier you are in. We also have WUI discount programs for anyone not receiving a merit scholarship and several other opportunities as well. We absolutely want you to come on out and check out Western for yourself. If you're interested in an in-person visit, you can schedule that by going to western.edu/visit. Or if virtual is the way for you to go, you can go to western.edu/recruitment events to see what we have coming up soon. Our application process is super simple, super easy. It is open for fall of 2022 already, and we are on a rolling admissions basis. We are test optional, and there is a $30 application fee. But if you can use the code GOWESTERN2022 to waive that fee for yourself. That is just a brief snapshot of what Western has to offer you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will put my information in the chat for you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Southern Oregon University.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to see my presentation. Let me find it and share the screen here really quick. All right, hopefully you can see that. My name is Ian Parent. I'm the Associate Director of Admission at Southern Oregon University. If you are not familiar with where we are located in the southern part of the state of Oregon, about 10 minutes from the California border. We also have the Medford International Airport, which is only about 25-30 minutes from campus. So you can easily fly into the area, and then you're just a short little drive to campus. We're located in the Rogue Valley, which is the 4th largest metro area in the state with over 200,000 people. So there are definitely lots of city amenities additional to that airport that are located really close by. But we also have fantastic access to the outdoors. We have all sorts of rivers and lakes, mountains. We're right on the Pacific Crest Trail. So there's technically a hiking trail that goes all the way from Mexico to Canada. That basically runs right through town. Great mountain biking, and we're pretty close to some of the larger cities on the West Coast like Portland and San Francisco. When people think of the Northwest, they probably think of gray days and lots of rain. We're far enough south. We don't have your typical Northwest weather. We get about half the amount of rain as Portland, and we actually get less rain than the national average, and we get quite a few sunny days. We will get about 4 inches of snow each year on the valley floor, so not a lot of snow. It only sticks around a day or two. But as you can see, we have a mountain right behind us, Mount Ashland, and about 30 minutes from campus, we do have a ski resort available. So if students want to go snowboarding or skiing or play in the snow, that is definitely close by, but you don't have to live in the snow every day. Summertime highs are in the low 80s. Winters, we still get up around 50 most days of the year. We are a public 4-year university. There's 8 public universities in the state. We have just under 6,000 students total. And as you can see, we have an average class size of 21. The nice thing is every class is taught by faculty. There are no grad students or teaching assistants teaching classes. So you get to know your faculty really, really well. The average GPA of our admitted first-year students is a 3.3. The minimum GPA for a first-year student is 2.5. That's unweighted. Minimum GPA for a transfer student is 2.25. We have 38 majors. I'll talk about the business major in just a minute. 4 residence halls on campus. First-year students are expected to live on campus. After that, you can move off campus. And we also have apartments and family housing available. 13 men's and women's varsity sports, and over 100 different clubs and organizations. Oh, and our sports do have scholarships as well. So if you're an athlete, you can come to Southern Oregon and get a scholarship. So here are a list of our majors. Business, as you can see right here, we have accounting, hospitality and tourism management, general management and marketing. We also have econ and financial mathematics. One thing of note, you see this red and blue dot here. That means that our business program, we have an accelerated version. You can actually graduate in 3 years instead of 4. We reduce the total number of credits you have to take. So we're not making you take extra credits every term or go to summer school. But you get out of there in 3 years, which saves you 25% off the cost of your college education, your bachelor's degree. Allows you to get a job sooner. Yeah, just speeds the process up. We have another cool program. If you're thinking about getting a master's in business or an MBA, you can major in any one of our majors. And as long as you take some business courses as an undergraduate, you can opt into our 1-year master's in business administration. And the really neat thing about that 1-year program is you will retain your undergraduate tuition rate. You don't have to pay graduate rates. So technically, you can get a bachelor's degree in 3 years and then get your master's degree in business in 1 year. So pretty neat program there. Lots of internships with the program. We place students throughout the state, throughout the country, even internationally. We've had students do cool internships like with Wyden Kennedy, which has handled big marketing and accounts for Nike. We've placed students with Disney and plenty of other companies around the world. I mentioned our residence halls earlier. We do have 4 residence halls. These 2 are just built a few years ago, so they're really new and fancy. We built a new dining hall at the same time, so we have a really nice dining facility. About 2 years ago, we built a brand new recreation center from the ground up. So we have great indoor facilities for working out, elevated track here, multi-purpose gym. There's a climbing wall back there. I know everybody's got one of those. We even have an esports lounge in this building where our esports competitive team operates, and all students can use the esports lounge if you're into esports. There's actually another division of business I should have talked about. We have an esports management minor designed to get students into the business side of esports, which is a huge business these days. All right, for tuition and fees, Oregon resident students pay about $12,000. Western undergraduate students pay about $15,500, and non-resident tuition is about $28,000. We do offer scholarships for anyone with a 3.0 or above. Those are merit scholarships that vary widely depending on where you're from and your GPA. So thank you. There's my contact information, and I'll put it in the chat because my time is out. Thanks.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Florida Southern College.
All righty, so that's me. Hi, everyone. My name is Shannon Barnes, and I'm one of the admissions counselors at Florida Southern College, which is a small private college located in Central Florida. If you're kind of thinking about the structure of the state of Florida, we're right smack dab in the middle, about 45, 50 miles from Tampa and about 45 and 50 miles from Orlando. So we're in a town called Lakeland, which is about 115,000 people, but you're within driving distance of about 8.5 million. And it's a really cool, vibrant and growing area. Statistically, the Lakeland area is one of the fastest growing areas in the country right now. So it's a really cool place to go to college and learn and explore. As you can see up in that top left corner, we are also right across the street from Lake Hollingsworth. Lakeland doesn't have its name for nothing. So there are a ton of lakes available. And we have our students go out and water ski, kayak, paddleboard on that all the time. But it's also just a really cool aspect of the campus. As I mentioned, we are a small school, so about 3,000 students. Of those, about 2,500 are undergraduates. So we are a primarily undergraduate teaching-oriented university. We really want to make sure that you're being hands-on with your work and really getting a chance to dive into whatever it is that you're studying across those 70+ academic programs that we have on campus. And one of the things that we really try to emphasize for our students is kind of structuring your college experience around what we call our 3 guarantees. They're in the middle of that checkerboard. So we do guarantee that regardless of what you're majoring in, you get a chance to go abroad. There's even funding that's built into that, into the cost of attending Florida Southern. So you get a stipend as part of your cost of attendance, and you get to use that as you're going into your junior year. We also guarantee internships because we really want to make sure that you get a start on that whole you need experience to get experience cycle. And we work really hard to make sure that students have access to internships as close by as like right on our campus to local big Fortune 500 companies like Publix and Geico, to opportunities in Tampa, Orlando, around the state of Florida, and really around the world. But to get into a little bit more specific information about the business programs, statistically speaking, business is one of the biggest programs that we kind of offer at Florida Southern. That spans a wide variety of majors and minors at the undergraduate level. And usually, give or take, about 20% of the incoming class is looking at a business major when they first kind of start taking classes. I think that number tends to grow quite a bit because you can double major very easily at Florida Southern. You don't have to apply to the business major as like a first year to decide that you want to learn more about business or how you can work, say, a dance and a business major together. So it's very flexible. But this is kind of a listing of the different majors and minors that tend to get involved in the business programs. So accounting, if you're thinking about going for a CPA license, that's definitely a very popular and very strong program. We have the highest pass rate on the CPA exam in the Florida state. So we're really focused on that teaching quality and preparing you for that. There's also a bunch of opportunities for things like finance and marketing. If you're interested in sports as an industry at all, there's actually 2 programs you can do. Sport business management tends to focus a little bit more on the finances and the actual business. Sport communication tends to focus a little bit more on the journalism and marketing aspect of things. So if either one of those kind of sparks your interest, you can definitely look at those. And then you do have the option of pursuing graduate level study with us for things like post-bachelor's certificates or master's degrees that are listed down there at the bottom. We also put a big emphasis on the extracurricular aspect of being at FSC. So if you're looking at those 100+ clubs and organizations that were on that previous slide, there's quite a few of them that are devoted specifically to business. This is just kind of a small listing, but if you're interested in, say, real estate and you want to try to get involved in that industry, there's a specific club for that. If you are really passionate about community service and kind of social justice through a business lens, our Enactus program goes to nationals pretty much every year and has been ranked quite highly. So that's a really popular option. And we really put a lot of effort into making sure that students have the option to do honor societies and stuff as well as part of the business programs. Our junior journey programming, like I mentioned, that is guaranteed for students. So if you're interested in, say, going to Taiwan for an international business trip, or if you want to come up to Seattle to do a networking trip with places like Microsoft and Boeing, then we've run specific study abroad and study away programs that kind of target the business program. But you also don't have to do something that's specific to your major. If you just really want to brush up on, say, Spanish skills and you want to do a month-long immersion trip in Spain, that's also very possible. So it's very customized to your experience. And then Florida Southern also has a really cool partnership with our local startup incubator. So if you're looking at starting your own business or getting involved with a small business, that's a really cool way to get involved with that as well. Application-wise, we are a free application on the Common Application, Coalition application, and our own Florida Southern application. And we are test optional for everything. So admission to college, the honors program, merit scholarships, all of that stuff. You're automatically reviewed for merit scholarships at the time of admission. Those go up to about $21,000, and then we'll also work with you for need-based financial aid. So we'll have you submit a FAFSA if you're eligible to do that and work through what additional programs you might be eligible for. My contact information is there, and I would love to hear from you if you have any questions. And I think that wraps up my time here.
Thank you. Our next presenter is the Swiss Education Group. And Thomas, you are on mute.
Thanks very much, Jasmine. I'm Thomas Say from the Swiss Education Group. I'm sharing with you 4 universities in Switzerland, which will give you some unparalleled experience and as well as opportunities. So the 4 universities are all in Switzerland, focus something different, but very related to business. 3 schools offer business or hospitality tourism, 1 in culinary arts. The school in Switzerland, basically the center in Europe. So come a little bit further away from the other university you just learn about. However, unless you could drive to those universities, you may have to take 1 more flight. And say, because of this, say, when you travel all around Europe, and if not more. So the experience is something very different. The quality is very high, and Switzerland also be named as the best place to live in the world. Okay, the program is arranged in a different way. All our bachelor degree takes you only 3 years. The first 2 years is you study roughly half year, and all students have to go out for an internship, a paid internship, which like a co-op, you name it in here. So after 2 years with us, you have 2 work experience, and it could be international experience, which means you could work in Switzerland, other European country, Middle East, go to Asia. Of course, if you miss your friends and families, you could come back to America. Okay, and with 3 years, a total of 3 years, you get 2 bachelor degrees. So no matter which schools to go to under SEG, you only take 3 years. And for the 2 internships, more than 100 companies approach us, come to school, recruit our students for internship as well for those who are about to graduate. These are just a sample of some company who every year working with us, hiring a lot of our students, include some, they have a branch, in US. So it's up to you where and what to do. Yeah, and so this is one key thing for students coming to us, they know, and we expect them prepared to work. You come to us, you learn business, but you are more than just learning. You are practicing what you learn in school. Just after half year, you have to go out to take up a paid internship, and then you come back to school to study again. And then the final year, you study the full year. You complete the whole bachelor. You get your degree. One is a Swiss degree, the other is a US or a UK degree. As we have 4 universities, for example, this School Hotel Institute Montreal, you get a Bachelor of Business Administration. Other than the business degree, in Switzerland, you got one from US. Okay, you could also specialize, could be in financial analysis and wealth management, luxury brand management, human capital and development, senior living, or franchising business management. So we are very specialized in business, and a lot of specialization of your interest. Say, yeah, the other accessories college, the focus is tourism and entrepreneur. We prepare students to capable to run their own business. Of course, not every student come to us prepared to be their own boss, but when you promote to a senior level, you need to have the ability, the knowledge, how to really run the business as if yours. Okay, so we prepare our students, and all students do have a business plan before they graduate with us. So this is something very unique. And of course, each school have their own partner, say a company, together with some company, keep on recruiting students under all 4 schools of us, say, yeah. And each school have their own campuses, say, and a lot of those campuses were former hotels. So we turn a former hotel into a school. So your dormitory, a lot of chances are not just ordinary, say, a dormitory. It could be a former hotel. Of course, in the school, we have a lot of other facility, and your meal plan are very good. Yeah. So our graduate, say, have very high profile. If you look at the statistics, say, it's like close to 90%, 89% are already in a management position in 5 years. Of course, students could work at a variety of fields, a little bit more in the hospitality or in the business field, yeah. And we have alumni all over the world. We also have alumni chapters, say, around the globe. So no matter where you end up working, if you come back to USA, it's easily you could find a lot of, say, alumni from us, say, yeah. Of course, say, feel free to contact us, say, we are a school not in USA. However, you could have your internship back to here. You complete the whole bachelor degree in 3 years' time. For those who prepare 4 years for the post-secondary, you could take our master program. We have a lot of different master programs. Our graduate always could go for the 1-year master. So with 4 years study with us, you have 2 bachelor degree, 1 master degree. You have 1 year's work experience, likely in 2 countries. Say, the type of student we're looking at are who prepare to practice what they learn, who want to build their career. Your personality, your attitude are our #1 priority. Okay, of course, say, we have some students straight A in high school, but it doesn't mean, say, if you're not that strong in academically, say, yeah, you don't have the chance to say, as long as you prepare, you want to learn how to work with people, to practice what you learn in classes, say, we made the school for you. Quite some of our students really looking at business, entrepreneur, or tourism, hospitality. We have another group of students who are still unsure, and some students even looking for a gap year or go abroad. Okay, all school offers to say you get a credential after 1 year, and same to after 2 years. So you could spend 3 years straight with us to complete your undergraduate. But this is okay. After 1 year, you go out to work to do some other thing, and you come back later. Okay, I will post, say, the contact at the chat room. So anything you want to know more about us, say, you're welcome to visit us both, say, physically or virtually. Yeah, Jasmine is our counselor in US, so she will help you out to make your process, say, easily. Okay, hope you have a good day, and yeah, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. So that concludes the presentation portion of our session today. But now we're going to transition to the Q&A. Again, if you have any questions, please drop those questions in that Q&A feature, and our panelists will respond. I want to encourage all of our panelists to return Feel free to turn your cameras on, and I will pose a question to the group. Our presenters will respond to the question in the order in which they presented. So first question here. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we'll start with Western Oregon University.
Awesome, thank you. My advice is really look into every college or where you want to be located, what kind of amenities you want to see as you go through college. And once you pick, the area, visit those colleges, and also contact us. I'm an admissions counselor. Come and contact us, come and talk to us, talk to a financial aid advisor, talk to a academic advisor. We're there to help you out so that you can get the most and make an informed decision, right? So we're super friendly, and we love to talk to students. So come and talk to us. My best advice.
I would say my best advice is when you're going to campuses to meet in person, or even when you're hearing from us here virtually, you do have the recordings to go back to, but I really recommend taking notes to the extent of afterwards, write down a few things that you really liked about the school, write down a couple things that you're unsure of, things like that, especially with the in-person visits, because honestly, especially in the Northwest, all of us pretty green campuses with a lot of brick buildings are going to start to feel the same 2 weeks later. You're not going to be able to keep them apart.
My advice is on the organization/application processing side of things. And that's to definitely stay organized and apply early your senior year. I always recommend to my students apply to your top 3 to 5 choices before Thanksgiving, just so that you can roll into the holidays and that end of the year season, not having to worry about that part of the process. It's also, if anyone is asking you the question of what are your plans for after high school or what do you got going on, you can say that you've applied to your top 3 places, maybe even got some accept letters, and are just waiting to hear back on your financial aid award letters before you make that final decision. Promise it is less stressful to do it sooner rather than later.
I'd say my most important points have already been hit. Apply early, visit schools, take notes, communicate. If I were to add one thing, search hard and wide for financial aid and scholarships. Ask your high school, college and career center coordinators, your transfer center coordinators, ask the universities, do Google searches, whatever it takes to get as much money that is out there in order to help pay for your education.
I'll continue the financial aid theme. Use the net price calculators on school websites to get a rough estimate. I think a lot of high school students don't know that those are a great resource just to get like a baseline starting point. But also don't feel afraid to come and talk with us. Like other people have said, we're here as a resource for you. We may not be the ones who are working directly with you on financial aid, depending on the school, but we can definitely connect you if we're not the direct person who will be helping you through that process.
I believe, my other colleagues already gave you very good advice. The only thing I want to add is some student knows very well what they want, the program, the type of school. Some students are uncertain. Your approach just doesn't mean you make the decision of submit an application. You're just exploring, okay? So if you're uncertain, reach out more, counselor, schools, yeah, we could give you some advice. After more communication, you may know better, and sometimes we could point you, okay, maybe there's some other option for you, yeah. So don't hesitate, just reach out. Don't stop because of something uncertain. For example, a school like us, some students when look at the school, some of our campus, oh, they must be very expensive. Honestly, our tuition fee are very competitive to any of the school I just heard of. So, okay, just explore, yeah, and find out the differences, and you know which one fit you most.
Thank you all. Another question here. What's one thing you want our attendees to remember about your institution? So again, we'll start with Western Oregon.
Yeah, we are small. So we kind of specialize in that small class sizes. And we kind of have like a community oriented kind of environment. So if you're looking for that small class size or small university and you love your community, you want to do an impact to a community, definitely come to Western Oregon because we're here to help you. We do offer a lot of student services for you to be academically successful and personally as well, because we're all about, being, taking care of your mental health as well, especially during these, hectic times.
I think for Pacific, the big thing I always like to say is options. No matter where you're at, you have options in terms of you can change your major once you're here pretty easily. We really encourage you to pick up a minor, a second major, because it's not going to cost you any more money. And then to be looking at things outside of the box of academics and really focus on all your activities you're doing, as well as those internships. Yes, we have all the major athletic teams in Portland or in Oregon within 30 minutes of us. Yes, we have the Silicon Valley and all that, but we also have all the small companies like Framers Touch, just a small little place here in the town focused on local artists and helping them grow their businesses too. So we just really have a lot of options, so you can go any way you want just because of the location and then the way that we design our curriculum there.
For Western Colorado University, I'd say the takeaway is, especially if you're thinking of trying to go out of state, especially into Colorado, Western is one of your more affordable options as an out-of-state student trying to get to our beautiful location. And we have a really, really great return on investment for our students as far as that small class sizes, the opportunities that you'll have, the chance to explore, and then of course the Colorado adventure that's surrounding you. So real great financial aid package right up tied in a bow for you.
I'd say for Southern Oregon University, if you love the outdoors and if you love the arts and like the idea of a small university with a lot of personal attention, definitely give us a look. Also, on the business aspect within the Valley, we have national companies like Lithia Automotive, which I think is a Fortune 100 company, Harry and David, Pacific Retirement Services. There's a number of large companies that are headquartered in this area they give a lot of internships and jobs to our students.
For Florida Southern, I think I touched a little bit on our 3 guarantees structure, but that's really something that we want to make accessible to everyone. So that aspect of the study abroad, making sure you get internships, making sure you graduate on time, that's really like the big takeaway for us here.
Clearly say our school is away from US. Okay, you have to take a few more hours fly to us, but because of this thing, we have 8 campuses. No matter which campuses you study, it takes you maximum 3 hours, you will be in another country. So every weekend you could visit a different country, and within 3 years with us, likely you will stay at 3 countries, at least 2, because you have 2 paid internship. Okay, same to when you graduate, of course, you will come back, say to US, say for work, but is it possible anytime, say you could spend some time in other countries? So the experience is very different. If you enjoy this possibility and you enjoy working, study with people around the world, yeah, we are the school for you.
Thank you all for sharing. So we are approaching the end of our virtual college fair for today, but I do want to encourage all of our attendees, if we weren't able to get to any of the questions that you may have, feel free to review the contact information of our panelists. It is in the chat. Before we close, I do have a few closing announcements for the group. As you exit from this session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions. Please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings in the future. Also want to remind you that you can access this recording by visiting College2Career.org. I want to thank all of our amazing presenters for joining us, but also thank you to our attendees. I hope everyone has a great day. Again, thank you so much.